Good evening. I'm Melanie Hankins Booth, and I'm welcoming you to the 47th annual Starkville Christmas Parade and our live broadcast here from the First United Methodist Church. It's a special treat this year to have a co-host during our introduction, who is the new senior pastor at First United Methodist Church, Jim Genesee. Jim, welcome. Welcome to the parade.
Thanks, Melanie.
This is the 47th annual parade, our 41st broadcast, but Jim's very first Starkville Christmas Parade.
It's a great honor to be here, and I'm proud to be here at the studio with you as we broadcast this live. The parade will be here in front of the church in just a few short minutes. It will start at College Park at the other end of Lampkin Street, make its way down Main Street, then it'll turn at Lafayette Street, and then come on down to Lampkin, ending at the Greensboro Center at the other end. The parade route is one that'll give everybody an opportunity to see what's going on and to enjoy the floats, the bands, and the groups that'll be participating in our parade tonight.
Absolutely. And we'll have a great crowd here that will be gathering in front of the church across from Welch's Funeral Home, where we have the big lights. That's where the groups will be doing some performing, and you don't want to miss that. And how wonderful. Some folks are still at home watching us on TV. The crowd is really gathering here, but let me go ahead and mention that we also have the parade, the broadcast of the parade tonight, live streaming. So if there are grandmothers or grandparents or folks out of town that you want to let know that they can watch their folks, tell them to go to the First United Methodist Church's website, which is www.first-umc.org, and do the watch now, watch live, and see the broadcast of the parade. We have a man on the street with us, as we often do, and that way we have a special reporter that's actually there in the crowd with the action that can get some interviews with some folks, get the flavor of the parade, maybe even talk to us about the weather. What do you think about the weather, Jim?
I think it's great. It is not too cold, so we do hope you'll come out. It's a great evening, and we were discussing earlier, it's good to have a little brisk chill in the air for a Christmas parade.
Yeah, and the theme of this year's Christmas parade is the very best Christmas, and that's because, of course, we are the very best community. We were voted the very best community, and so the very best Christmas is our theme this year. So all the floats, the walking units,
it's going to be awesome.
They have a lot of liberty to decorate and to participate for the theme any way they want to.
That is right. We look forward to seeing the variety.
Okay, so we were talking about Alan McBroom, our man on the street. I think he has someone with him now.
All right,
Alan, welcome to the parade, and what do you have there?
Oh, what a great night. It's not too cold. It's certainly not too hot. This is Dorothy Harris, and what in the world brings you out on a cold night like this?
My niece came home herself, is in the junior JROTC, and I'm here to watch her march and just enjoy this parade.
So is she a junior ROTC cadet?
Yes.
Will she be one of the ones carrying the banner up front, or what's she going to do?
I really don't know exactly, but she'll be in it.
We'll find out in a few minutes.
We'll find out in a few minutes.
Well, keep moving. Try to stay warm.
Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Harris.
Thank you.
Back to you, Melanie.
Thank you, Alan. So she was talking about one of the entries, but again, we have almost 50 entries, or a little over 50 entries in the parade, and they'll be making their way down here because this is serious business. We actually have judges, Jim, that make decisions at the end of the parade. Can you tell us about some of the judging criteria?
We've got 3 categories of judging going on this evening. We've got best use of lights. We have best use of the theme for this evening, which, as we've said, is the best Christmas ever. And then finally, we have best overall Christmas parade entry. And we look forward to the contestants in the competition.
And we have some very qualified judges. We thank them, and while we're thanking the judges, let's go ahead and stop and thank the Greater Starkville Development Partnership.
Thank you.
Paige Watson, Jake Goodwin, of course, Jennifer Prather, all of our friends down there that put so much effort into this, and they've gotten our judges for us. And this year the judges are Mrs. Carolyn Oswald, Mr. John Mills, Hannah Bridge, and our celebrity judge this year is Jonathan Banks.
A celebrity.
Yes, and so we appreciate them. Alan will actually be talking to them a little bit later, but we say thanks to them. And again, this is the place to be here at the steps of the First United Methodist Church, because that's where the judging takes place. The judges' table is there right across the the brick wall. And so make sure you smile pretty for the cameras when you get in front of the judges as well. You know, Jim, one of the things that makes the Starkville Christmas Parade so special every year is the involvement, is the collaboration that goes on between Mississippi State University, our community, and Oktibbeha County as well.
That's great cooperation.
It is. I mean, who has the famous maroon marching band in their Christmas parade?
Only us.
That's right.
We are so glad, and we get them early this year.
That's exactly right. And who else do we get early? I'll let you go ahead and spoil it for everybody.
We also have a very special entrance to our parade tonight, and that is the one, the only Santa Claus.
Yeah, well, see, the word is that we do get him first here at Starkville every year. And so if you've got boys and girls, I want you to round them up and have them in front of the television, because at the end of the parade, Santa, it's tradition that he rides the Rotary Club float.
That's
at
right.
the very end, he will get off the float and come up here and join us at the set, and he will actually have a message for the boys and girls like he always
We
does.
look forward to hearing from Santa as always.
Absolutely. And we talked about the band, but we also have some new entries, Jim. We have some restaurants. We have some new businesses. We have little football players and cheerleaders, and we have Boy Scouts. We have more businesses, it seems to me, are participating.
That's great for the community.
It is. And, you know, the partnership does a great job of saying that you have to have a legit entry. You have to have a float. You have to have a theme.
It's got to be real.
It's got to be real. And so they really do work hard and put a lot of effort into being in the parade.
Well, we look forward to seeing that. And for those of you that are watching or that are here on the street side, all your family, all your friends that are participating, it's going to be great to be able to wave at them as they go by.
Yeah. And one of the things that's always so special about our Starkville Christmas Parade, Jim, is the Grand Marshal.
The Grand Marshal.
The Grand Marshal of our parade. It has been neat. You know, I've had a few experiences on the set here.
Yeah, a couple.
Just a couple, maybe, I don't know, 26. But anyway, I started young.
A wee girl.
And how wonderful to look back and see the quality people that have been honored, the folks that have meant so much to our community. And there's one that means so much to our community currently that will be actually riding a Segway, our Grand Marshal this year.
Excellent.
And that is our mayor, Lynn Spruill.
A Segway.
A Segway, yes.
Nice.
Not in a car, not in an antique car or a fancy convertible or a fire truck, but on a Segway. So I'd like to go ahead and say a few things about her before she comes by, to say thank you to the 2018 Starkville Christmas Parade Mayor Lynn Spruill.
That'd be great.
Mayor Spruill is a Starkville native. She's a graduate of Starkville High School and a graduate of Mississippi State University. And this is her first year in office as mayor, but she served our community as the chief administrative officer for both Mayor Dan Camp and Mayor Parker Wiseman. And as well as being a former city administrator, she's also a former United States naval officer and pilot.
Yes, sir.
And she was mayor of Addison, Texas. She was a pilot for Delta Airlines and a successful businesswoman and realtor in Starkville.
It's an honor to have her as part of the parade this evening.
Yeah. I think we have some pictures of her being very mayoral, but she is also very supportive of our community. She attends a lot of public and a lot of private events, and not only is a good ambassador for us here at home, but also abroad. When she was serving the town of Addison, Texas as a councilman and later as a mayor, that was from 1985 to 93, she was actually named Woman of the Year, and she accomplished many goals.
Oh, that's great.
And then she decided to go to further her education, attending law school, where she received her JD MPA joint degree from Georgia State University in Atlanta. And this is really significant. During her service as a United States naval officer and pilot, Lynn actually became the first woman in the history of the Navy to qualify as a carrier pilot in 1979.
That's an incredible role.
Yeah, of course we know she's a successful businesswoman in town with a business in property management, and she's also a developer and even a contributing editor for some local newspapers. And it's interesting, this year's Grand Marshal is also going to join us on the set and help us through the flow of the parade, and then we'll get an opportunity at the end of the parade to visit with her.
It'll be great to have her on this side of the camera as she gets to introduce all the floats and activities that'll be coming in our parade.
Well, I appreciate your being here, Jim, because not only did I want to introduce you to the Starkville Christmas Parade,
Glad to be here.
I wanted to introduce our community to you. You know, there's so much going on here at the First United Methodist Church, so much service, so much work in the church, so much work in the community, really just in abroad. We're doing so much, and it's a big job, but we especially thank you for the support of the television ministry that supports this community channel that allows us to do things like this.
It's a wonderful church and a wonderful community, and the church is just pleased to be a part of all that's going on here in Starkville and around the world.
Yeah, and Jim has been a former minister, of course, and also a former district superintendent, and then he had some work in public service himself in the state of Mississippi as a deputy director for the Mississippi Emergency Management.
That's right.
System, and we just appreciate that. We say welcome to First United Methodist, welcome to Starkville, welcome to the parade.
It's a great evening to be here, and we're pleased to be part of the Christmas parade and hope that you are enjoying it either on TV or live here downtown.
Absolutely. We're going to talk a little bit later about some upgrades and some things that have happened here at the television ministry and here in town. But we're hoping that folks are watching this live broadcast. Our coverage has expanded from standard definition to high definition. Our broadcasting has, and our coverage expanded from downtown Starkville to into parts of Lowndes County and Clay County.
Right.
And so we hope our viewership tonight is even larger because we've just got great things going on at the parade.
All right. First time it's been broadcast on HD.
That's right, and in stereo.
And in stereo.
Well, that's
you get
really
to listen
big.
to us
Yeah,
that
that's
way.
cool. That's really cool. A lot of tradition here, as we've already told you about, but especially for a city our size to be able to pull off a broadcast like this, it's really a lot of fun.
Well, as you said, we've got some 50 entries of various types, and it's going to be fun for boys and girls of all ages as we participate tonight.
And we know that the parade is actually rolling now. It started. Our liaison from the Starkville Partnership, Hunter, with her baby, the little junior Hunter, told us that the parade had started rolling down around College Park is where they line up. And so they'll be making our way this way, led off by a group of motorcycle policemen that come visiting from all over the community. And then we'll have a quick, I'll go ahead and kind of do a rundown, because what happens is we have a quick parade, no pun intended, of city officials, and that will include the police chief and the fire chief and our aldermen and our sheriff and our board of supervisors, and then our judges and the Emergency Management Association and Tibahaw County's fire department. They'll just come through in a hurry, and then we'll settle into the flow of the little boys, the girls, and the businesses.
Well, it's great to have those folks lead off, and their service to our community is very much appreciated.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So I'm not going to put you on the spot much.
Sure.
But this theme of the best Christmas ever, it really does cause you to stop and think.
Wow, what is the best Christmas ever?
Or what was your best Christmas growing up? Do you have any stories or anything quick you want to share?
Well, actually, thinking of that, one special Christmas I had was an opportunity where our church went downtown, and we literally collected people off the streets and brought them to the church and had a Christmas dinner, Christmas feast, a Christmas party for those folks that we brought to the congregation, and we shared that day together.
Wow.
It was really good.
That's awesome.
It was a great day.
That's great.
So what about you? You got any special memories?
Well, I do remember the time as a young teenager that I got a stereo from Santa Claus. Speaking of stereo, turntable.
Turntable.
Had the
what
receiver.
Is a turntable?
Yeah, well, turntable, record player, fancy name. And that was really a big deal. My brother made a headset for me and put a really long cable on it so that I could listen to my music just about anywhere in the house. And so that was a really special Christmas for me.
And who did you listen to?
Well, my first album that I ever bought was,
Album.
Sonny and Cher, yeah.
Sonny and Cher.
Babe, I Got You, Babe. And then I went right on to Leonard Skinner and a little Paul McCartney, and so I'm beginning to date myself.
There you go.
But that's, you asked, so now
it's out there for the public.
It's out there, Babe, I Got You, Babe. But anyway, so moving right along.
There you go.
Jim, tell us, let's talk a little bit about some special events that are going on in the church for Christmas.
Okay. Well, to start with, here at our church, we'll be having our Christmas music presentation this next coming Sunday at 8:40 and 11. choirs, musicians, children, adults will all be bringing us a timeless message of Christmas. For us, this Sunday will be the best Christmas ever.
Oh, wow. That's great. And something for the community, while we're talking about the community, a Starkville Christmas. It is a community collaboration. It's called A Night of the New Testament. That'll be December 9th, and it's right here around the Christmas tree in front of City Hall.
That's right.
And
Right
it'll be
around the corner.
hosted by a lot of the local churches. They'll have free cookies and hot chocolate and another great community thing that's going to be going on during
Starkville
the
is
season.
a wonderful place for community activities, for festive actions downtown, for ways in which you can be involved here as part of our city, and it's a great opportunity coming up here at the Starkville Christmas.
Let's take a break and go see what Alan McBroom, our man on the street, our street reporter, has for us in the crowd. Alan, what do you have?
Oh gosh, I've got the three prettiest little girls. What's your name?
My name's Fallon.
What's yours?
Ella. Olivia.
So y'all are out here at the Christmas parade. What are you looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to seeing Santa.
You know, I heard he's going to be here. Have you seen him at this parade before?
Yes,
How many times have you been to this parade? Several?
I have been here once.
Okay, once. Well, it's a cold night. I hope y'all have a good time. Santa's going to be the last guy in the parade, so let's have a good time. Y'all ready?
Okay.
Okay, they'll be here in a minute. Back to you, Mel.
Thanks, Alan. They were too cute.
Oh, they were adorable. They might have be the part of the best Christmas ever right there.
That's right.
3 girls and a doll.
And they're going to get to go home and tomorrow night watch the replay of the Starkville Christmas Parade.
Oh, that's right. It'll be on again tomorrow. And
So-
will it be on again?
It will be on again and again and again because we like to spread this Christmas cheer and we want everyone to have the opportunity to see the pretty boys and girls that are in this parade. So that's why we do the parade live tonight, and then tomorrow night the parade will be replayed at 7 o'clock p.m.
Okay.
And then for fun and as part of our Christmas package, where we are playing a lot of Christmas programs, replaying a lot of the programs from the church.
From the past. Yeah.
We will be playing this broadcast over on Sundays at 4 o'clock in the afternoon
Okay.
and on Saturday mornings at 10 o'clock.
That's great. Look forward to seeing that.
So you can catch this. And of course with the live stream, we're live streaming now. If you missed it earlier, you can go to www.first-umc.org for the live stream, and then you can also return there for the copy of the broadcast there on the website at any time.
Well, it's going to be fun not only to be part of it for the first night, but also to see it over and over again.
That's right.
Extend that Christmas season.
You can also find some sermons and some replays
Yes,
of
we
church
can.
broadcasts there, and some other good. There's good stuff on that website at first-umc.org, and so we're proud of being able to do the live streaming.
I'm proud to be part of that as well.
We're also, something else that's new is that, of course, we've had a long-standing relationship with Max South Broadcasting and have been on Channel 5 for years and years.
right.
But along with some of the upgrades that were made possible from significant contributions and from a lot of hard work, we are now on the C-Spire fiber optic system.
That's right.
And we're on Channel 6-1. So welcome to all you C-Spire viewers, and we're glad that's been part of our technical upgrades here as well.
Oh, that'll be great, and we hope you'll catch us on one of those providers.
So we've talked about our Grand Marshal. She'll be coming on the Segway, and then she'll be joining us here on the set. But I want to go ahead and, before that happens, and tell you thank you
Absolutely.
for being with us.
Thanks for hosting.
There are, I told you the aldermen were coming through
Yeah.
and the board of supervisors and all that. They will have children riding with them. It's always fun to see them on the fire trucks and on the the commercial vehicles that come through.
Oh, that's always fun.
There is such a long-standing tradition. We have had 18-wheelers. We had the big Coca-Cola truck. We have had live animals. We've had Christmas goats before and
Christmas
horses.
goats.
And this year, again, we have the National America Miss Mississippi Princess. We have some 4-H groups. We have the Eco Car. We have the Smart Bus.
The smart bus
Yeah.
coming through.
We have a lot of churches. We haven't talked about that as well. A lot of the churches, and we have Cub Scout Pack 127. I'm just kind of giving you a preview.
Always good to see the scouts.
Absolutely. We have a really special entry this year from Paris Automotive and Towing. This is going to be a really good one. You don't want to miss that one. And the Claiborne at Adelaide has
All right.
an entry. And I forgot to mention, thank you, as always, to the local schools, because we
Schools are
have
great.
Starkville High School Band, and we have Starkville Academy Band, and we have some Armstrong entries in here. And we just appreciate the support from the local schools, the local churches, businesses, just everyone.
Well, that's great. It sounds like they're almost here. We can hear some motorcycles.
Oh, great. And Alan McBroom, our man on the street, our reporter there, he has someone with him. Alan?
Okay, what's your name?
Amy Griffin,
Where are you from?
Starkville, Mississippi.
You?
Amanda White,
From?
Manatee, Mississippi.
Why are y'all here tonight?
Our boys are marching in the parade with Pac 45 Boy Scouts.
And you?
Same reason. My son's in the Boy Scout troop with her son.
And y'all used to march in the parade too, right?
Years and years ago.
Well, I see the motorcycles coming, so it's going to be a good night. Thank y'all for coming out.
Thank you.
And what we're seeing here at the beginning of our parade, we're very blessed that the motorcycle police forces from several different cities get together and they go from Christmas parade to Christmas parade. But this year, Jim, tell us, where are these guys from?
Well, we've got them from various places, but some of them are actually some friends of mine from Madison Police Department, the Ridgeland Police Department, and the South Haven Police Department, the Mississippi Highway Patrol, as well as our own folks in blue here from the Starkville Police Department. We appreciate all of your men and women serving and helping make our communities safe. And we thank you. We ask God's blessing upon you as you continue to serve others.
Absolutely. And then a tradition I will go ahead and talk about that's very special in the Starkville Christmas Parade. The Starkville High School Junior ROTC gym always carries the banner that introduces the parade.
Oh, that's great.
And so the banner will be carried by the Starkville Junior ROTC.
Oh, that's great. Those young men and women.
Okay. And now we want to replay the intro.
Okay.
So let's see what we have
Let's
here.
see what we got.
And again, the Starkville Junior ROTC has gone by with the banner of the 47th Annual Starkville Christmas Parade. The cadets will be here in front of us. They are the flag bearers. The Yellow Jacket Battalion has participated in the Christmas Parade for the past 20+ years. And the program is over 100 cadets strong. And even though they all didn't get to march tonight, there are over 100 of them, but a small group are coming before our cameras right now.
Oh, it's great to see them.
Let's just listen and watch what they are doing in such precision.
They look sharp.
They have participated this year in 2 drill team competitions. The color guard won 3rd place in both of them, and the physical training team also completed in 2 and won 2nd place in the relay race. They enjoy presenting the colors at all home football games, and they participate in numerous community service projects. And they also participate in Get Swept Up. But look what is approaching already, Jim.
Looks like the famous maroon band from Mississippi State University, Dale State.
Would you believe me if I said I just got goosebumps? I really did. It happens every time. How wonderful that they are participating with us in our Starkville Christmas Parade.
They look great and they sound great as well.
The band was initiated in 1902 by an act of the Board of Trustees, and over 115 years later today, over 400 students participate in the band's 7 major ensembles. The 410-member famous maroon band perform at all football games as well as other university functions, and there are 5 concert bands that comprise the concert component of the band program, and the wind ensemble serves as a premier concert band. Let's just take a few minutes if we can. Let me tell you thanks again, Jim.
You're welcome.
We appreciate it.
Great to be here.
And we're going to listen to the MSU famous maroon band.
Excellent. Thanks.
Okay, well, the famous Maroon Band makes our Starkville Christmas Parade every year, and look what happened. The Grand Marshal of the Starkville Christmas Parade, our Mayor Lynn Spruill, has joined us here on the set. Welcome.
Thank you, thank you. I'm so excited to be here.
And so you did your segue.
I did.
And so tell us a little bit about the route. Tell us a little bit about what you just saw.
Well, it was really exciting because we last year did not have the Midtown area, and this time Midtown was pretty crowded. So we had we made our way obviously up Montgomery Street, and then took a left on Main Street right there at University. And the Midway section was really cool and had lots of folks at it. So we had a busy street all the way, and we were. I think the motorcycle group was showing off pretty bad.
They do that.
They were having a big time.
That.
So we were kind of hanging around waiting on them.
And so the MSU Spirit Squad just went by right after the band, and now we are into the group of city officials.
Yeah, it looks like the fire department's marking its way this way. There they go.
Absolutely.
A dedicated group of folks. We are so proud to have them.
The police chief has gone through there, Chief Frank Nichols.
He came through with me. We segued together.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
okay.
we did.
And so...
And here's our fire truck coming through.
Yeah, the fire truck.
That's our ladder truck?
The ladder truck.
Yeah, looking good.
Starkville Fire Chief Charles Yarborough leads the Starkville Fire Department, which currently represents 5 stations serving the city of Starkville, providing services to over 25,000 residents and 20,000 students at Mississippi State University. And then we have
the Packard ambulance is coming through. That's
absolutely.
They serve the city of Starkville. And then we have the Starkville Electric Department, or Starkville Utilities Department.
That looks great.
Oh, look at the snowman.
Oh, best. I'm not saying best use of light. I'm saying that would be in the category to contend for the best use of light.
It would. Here's the Sheriff's Department coming through. We appreciate all these entries, sharing our community spirit with us.
Absolutely. The Board of Supervisors, I think, and the judges, and the emergency management folks.
I see Supervisor Trainer in the vehicle there.
I think we missed it. Alderman Carver and his kids were in that second fire truck that came by. I mean, it's a family affair. I love it. The city officials are so supportive. They bring their families, and then all of these the justice court judges, as we see there.
Yeah, absolutely. There they go.
You know, I say that this is always the fastest part of the parade, Mayor Spruill, because these vehicles go by and just wow us.
Well, they are.
As they go.
They're rolling right on by.
They roll right on by. And they wave a little bit, we wave back, and we hope that they all get their due on television because we appreciate them and their participation in the parade.
It really matters. And here's the emergency management folks. We appreciate them. And I believe they got some sirens. Who knew they had sirens?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
We saw the Oktibbeha County Sheriff, Steve Gladney, go by a little bit earlier. And I think we talked about the Board of Supervisors.
Here comes the Oktibbeha County Fire Department. So there's the volunteer fire department.
Yes. That was the director of the Oktibbeha County Emergency Management and the Enhanced 911 System, Kristen Campanella. She came by earlier.
Yeah. Oh, and the Oktibbeha County Fire Department's pulling a trailer. Who knew?
That is awesome.
There they are.
They have some good use of lights.
Yeah, this year they have responded over 1,500 emergency calls. We really appreciate them.
Wow.
Those are volunteers too. Adenton, Bell Schoolhouse, Central Oktibbeha, District 5. Lots of folks who volunteer their time to help us.
150 well-trained men and women. Wow, that is commitment there.
It really is. It really is. We appreciate them being part of this with us. This is a county affair as opposed to just a city affair.
Absolutely. We talked about that before you got here, Mayor Spruill, that this is such a collaboration between our community in Starkville, Mississippi State University, and our county in Oktibbeha County.
Oh, and there is Catherine.
Yeah, Catherine Stringer.
I recognize that car. She's in my car.
Oh, gotcha.
I like to get in my car in the parade. I think that's kind of cool. Catherine Stringer. Catherine Starkville's Miss Hospitality.
Yeah. 2018. Miss Hospitality crowned at the local pageant in March, and then represented her hometown of Starkville at the pageant in Hattiesburg. Yeah. And I actually placed in the top 10 and received the award. I love it. Miss Congeniality.
That's perfect for Starkville. We need Miss Congeniality.
Yeah, she's a senior MSU majoring in English and with plans for interning for Campus Crusade for Christ.
And here comes the Cub Scout Pack 45. They were established in 1993 and chartered by the First United Methodist Church, where we are right now. The boys participate in Scouts learn the Scout Oath and the Scout Law, and it contains the core values of a good Scout. So we appreciate them being here. They have 2 camping trips a year in the fall at Camp Seminole. Oh, and look, oh, we got sheep.
Yes.
And look at that.
I believe that that's still part of Cub Scout
Oh, is it
Pack
still?
45.
Okay. All right, well, good.
But coming behind
yeah, I
them,
see them. There's a lot. Oh, well, see, if you knew there were that many out there.
that's how wonderful. That's why we say earlier
yes.
that the moms and dads need to be setting their DVRs to record or planning to watch this at the replay tomorrow night at 7 o'clock, because it just takes a while. You can't see everybody when you're out here. Everything goes by so fast, so you can go home and watch it on television later.
Yeah, absolutely. Hopefully everybody's got it recorded, or y'all going to show it again.
Oh,
so,
yes.
Bunch of times.
Our
I
replays
understand.
every Saturday afternoon at 4, every Sunday morning, every Saturday mornings at 10, every Sunday afternoons at 4. But we have some performances here. I believe this is the Starkville Cowboys Pee Wee football team. Could that be? They're saying Merry Christmas.
Well, there's
That
the
was,
lead. It looks like the football team.
Yes, they've got spirit, and they have done a great job this year. The organization aims to teach all their players the fundamentals of football and some leadership skills and respect. And the Cowboys are made up of 126 to 12-year-olds.
It looks like they've won the Super Bowl every year since 2010. How good is that?
Wow. And the distinguished young woman of America, of Mississippi, I'm sorry, Miss Lori Fang.
Yes, she's an incredibly talented young lady.
Participated in this program with 30 other high school juniors in July. She was in Meridian, and she was named the Distinguished Young Woman of Mississippi and earned $9,000 in scholarships.
That's pretty easy. It's lovely to have her here. And here comes the music. We love the Starkville Band. This is Starkville High School Band. It is an award-winning band, has been ever since I went to Starkville High School. Mr. Sean Sullivan, the band has consistently received superior ratings at state and regional events, and they've been named the grand champion of at least one marching contest in the last 5 years. The band played in the governor's inauguration parade and marched several times in Orlando. You listen to them as they go by.
The Starkville High School Band, we appreciate them so very much. Thank you. They're doing a great job. Behind them, we will find the Starkville High School cheerleaders. I hear them, Lynn. I can't see them yet, but they're coming. And there are 23 members in grades 9 through 12 with 7 seniors, and they have won all kinds of awards.
I'm guessing they're the ones with pom-poms. What do you think?
I think they're ready to go. They have 17 All-American nominees, 1 All-American recipient, 1 Top Gun Partner Stunt Group, 4 Superior Ribbons, 3 Spirit Sticks, a Herky Team Award, Technical Excellence Award. Wow.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
Absolutely. 'Tis the season for that, right?
All right. And behind them, we've got the Starkville High School homecoming queen, Miss Yellow Jacket. All right.
This year?
She is Catherine Dumas, and we should know that. Jeremiah Dumas is her dad. He used to be an alderman on the Board of Aldermen for the city of Starkville.
Wow.
And he's in charge of our smart system here in Starkville and MSU. Really good group.
Behind her, we have Miss Armstrong Middle School. That's Meg Rogers, and she's an 8th grader at Armstrong, an honor roll student and a member of the National Honor Society, chosen as Rotary Student of the Year, and received an example of excellent student award for the 8th grade mathematics. And she's in her 2nd year cheerleading and a member of the SHA soccer team, and attends Pine Lake Church.
And here comes Cub Scout Pack 127. They are sponsored by the Knights of Columbus of St. Joseph Catholic Church. The pack is in its 2nd year of existence, and this is their 2nd time appearing in the Christmas parade. All right, let's keep it up year after year. Come 15 scouts last year to 42 this year. So they are very excited to be participating, and you can tell, look at them. They look like they're having a great time.
Wow, look at all of them in the trailer.
They've got a float displaying flags from all countries. And this, you've got to remember that now it's not just Boy Scouts. Girls are in the Boy Scouts too, so
yeah,
they welcome all.
And coming behind them, the Oktibbeha County Head Start. I always love this entry, the King and the Queen. Head Start is a pre-K school that helps the kids get ready for kindergarten, and the classroom is full of love and fun, and kids learn how to do many things like spelling and colors and shapes, and they're directed by Miss Kim Harris. And this year's King and Queen are Lauren Carpenter and Carter Shamley.
Oh, love it. And then in those convertibles, that's great.
Yep. Miss Heart of the South 2019, Miss Gracie Ann Williams.
Let's see, exquisitely unique. You want to start with Fine Boutiques?
I think we missed them. I think they zipped right.
Did they? Okay, well,
I think they zipped right on by.
Did they? Okay, well, goodness. In that case, it was cool. We missed it. But
exactly.
Somebody else can enjoy it.
Yeah, and now we're looking at the Stark First Presbyterian Church.
Okay, I got it. All right. And that's located downtown on University Drive. It's led by Pastor Martin Lightfoot. And they're affiliated with the Evangelical Presbyterian Church and serves the community in so many different ways, including childcare and the casserole kitchen.
This is Serve Pro.
It is.
And they're one of our businesses. I don't remember, is this their first year in the parade? Serve Pro has over 1,700 franchises nationwide and then is in the restoration industry. And we appreciate their support of the Starkville Christmas Parade.
I got this next one. This is the Claiborne at Adelaide, and I was told by Scott Maynard to do a shout out to his mom, who is riding on this Claiborne bus. So it's our premier retirement community, and they opened in December of 2015, and they offer senior citizens the option of independent living, assisted living, and memory care. So they're really welcome to be joining us. We appreciate them being here.
The 11 and 12-year-old Starkville Steelers football and cheerleaders are up next, and they won the season championship this last year. And the founders of the group are Terrell Johnson and Latique Travis. And I spoke with them earlier, and they actually have a little cheerleader group. She talked about how they perform, and the Steelers did really well this year, and they have definitely been in the Starkville Christmas Parade before, and we appreciate them.
All right, and right behind them is Teen Empowerment. It's the Godly Vibes Only GVO Performance Team. It's a community-based organization. It's founded by Shalissa Owens, and she organized a group to empower the youth through creativity. They sing, dance, and perform empowering skits to help educate and motivate their peers. We certainly appreciate them being here, and they were established to promote positive interactions.
Yeah, and they're cheering away. You know,
they are.
You just wrote it, but it's really kind of a long route from the other end.
Oh, it's not nearly long enough.
You don't think so?
No.
Even if you're cheering as you go.
Oh,
no, you were riding a Segway.
I was riding a Segway. So and my Segway quit, so I had to walk part of the way. This is the second time it's quit on me.
Oh, my.
Yeah, I think it's operator error. And I can fly an airplane, but I can't drive a Segway. It's pretty sad, isn't it?
We talked about your airplane flying days a minute ago, but we didn't talk about your Segway days and how wonderful that you were kind of doing double duty as the mayor and the grand marshal on your Segway.
Oh, that was great fun.
That's awesome. And so we've got a group down here. I wonder if that's OCH Regional Medical Center. They're always such a great supporter of the parade, and they always have a really cool float. They're always going in that competition head on for the best use of lights or best use of theme.
It looks like they've done a really nice job again this year, too.
Yeah.
I see. That's about as brightly lit as any we've seen.
Yeah. And since 1982, they've invested almost $98.6 million in improvements to the facilities and to upgrades in equipment and technology. And in 2011 alone, they provided more than $2.5 million in charity care and closed out the year still with a strong physical performance. They have over 600 employees, and it's a 96-bed progressive rural hospital, and almost 2,600 annual emergency room visitors with more than 29,000 outpatient cases. So we appreciate not only OCH being in the Starkville Christmas Parade, but we appreciate them being our local hospital as well.
Of course we do. And follow that, they have an ambulance in there, so it's not just one vehicle, it's more than one. So we're grateful to have them. And then behind them, we should have the Rolling Hills Development Center. They are part of the Starkville community since 1976, and they serve 140 residents with developmental and physical disabilities. They provide active teaching in areas such as daily living skills, communication, and socialization. Ms. Amanda Stokes ensures residents receive the highest quality care. And they have participated in the Christmas parade for over 15 years.
I was just going to say that I've been doing this a really long time, and
how long have you been doing it?
This is my 26th year. Thank you for asking. Yeah, I was 12 when I started and everything, but
you've aged well.
Yeah, thank you so much. But I couldn't hardly remember a year when Rolling Hills was not in the parade. They've always done a great job, and just so many folks. OCH is another one. Southwire used to be a big supporter of ours. And then we have the new folks that come in. I was telling Brother Jim earlier, we've had Christmas goats and Christmas horses, and we've had 18-wheelers, and we've had just so many really special entries that I would think just so unusual for a local Christmas parade.
You know, well, I was talking with the chief about that when we were kind of delaying our Segway ride, and I used to ride horses in the Christmas parade.
Yes.
So I'm not quite sure when we lost that. I hate seeing us not have horses in the parade.
You bring me to a good point that we're going to talk about at the end. I just encourage people to enter the Starkville Christmas Parade. You know, we have had antique cars in the past, and we've had livestock. We've had nativity scenes, and you know, it does take effort. And I think one of the things that happened this time, Mayor Spruill, is that Christmas just snuck up on. I mean, the parade just snuck up on us because Thanksgiving was so early.
Well, I guess so. Okay, I'll go with that. I mean, it always follows Thanksgiving, doesn't it?
It does, but I mean, we've got another week left in.
We do in November.
In November.
Well, we've got a little bit moving again. We have Young Life. It's the very best Christmas for Young Life is spent with our friends making gingerbread houses. They're a ministry that has been in Starkville for about 6 years now. And they serve all the schools as well as MSU. So we appreciate them being in the parade.
Coming behind them should be Paws for a Cause, which is a nonprofit organization. The first fundraiser was a pageant to help the Oktibbeha County Humane Society, and they do all sort of stuff, but they have in there, they wrap the year up with a Miss Merry Christmas pageant. So that's Paws for a Cause, helping out the Oktibbeha County Humane Society.
Yeah, and then we have, look at that, we have the parish wrecker service, automotive and towing.
Yes.
They've been under new ownership since March of 2017. We wave at them. They have developed and grown their automotive center with over 40 years of experience. Fleet of tow trucks have been modernized and updated, and they aspire to be the most trusted company. We appreciate them being in there. Looks like they're pulling, what is that, the Grinch? What have we got back there?
The Grinch with some packages.
I see that. Somebody needs to follow him and figure out who he stole from.
Exactly, or just go ahead and give me that big package.
See that big one in the back?
On the back. Starkville Academy's homecoming queen, Miss Elizabeth Van de Vender. She is the daughter of Toll and Sheila, and she's on the basketball team and cheer squad for 4 years, and she is followed by the Starkville Academy volunteer band.
She is, and they sound wonderful. Let's listen to them for just a second. This is their 46th year. They have larger ensembles such as marching band, concert band, and smaller groups with a jazz band and percussion ensemble. They are incredibly talented. They have competed at the Mississippi State Solo and Ensemble Festival last May and received all superior ratings with their performances. We're glad to have them.
Following behind them, Miss Volition, Miss Ellis Ann Jackson. She is the daughter of Tony and Nikki Jackson, Tony Jackson and Nikki and Tom Robertson, and she moved to LA when she was 12 to pursue an acting career. She's back as Miss Volition.
Goodness gracious, all kinds of talent.
Mm-hmm.
We got here, oh, we got Bulldog Realty. All right, United Country Bulldog Realty. They have the, it looks like an old truck there with trees on the back of it. That's really pretty cool. Jason and the kids are fresh from the woods hauling their 20-foot tall Christmas tree on the bed of snow, covered 1971 M35 Deuce from the U.S. military.
Look how long that Christmas tree is. I wonder what they're going to do with that.
I don't know, but I'm liking the Deuce.
Yeah. Something
fun to drive.
Coming behind them, Renaissance Bank, Mortgage and Insurance. Renaissance is headquartered in Tupelo, Mississippi, where they've been serving the people of Mississippi for over 113 years with current assets of approximately $13 billion. I have 175 community banking, insurance, mortgage, and financial services throughout Mississippi, Georgia, Tennessee, Alabama, and Florida.
They also have one of the most beautiful buildings in Starkville. It's really pretty with the fountain out front.
Oh,
really
yeah.
pretty. So.
And I thought you were going to say one of the most beautiful floats. Look at that.
They do.
That has been a lot of effort.
A lot of balloons.
And a lot of balloons.
Absolutely.
You know, these folks, they start out, they have warehouses or they're at somebody's garage, and they work for a really long time on these floats.
They do. And behind the Renaissance is Mia Bella Wilson. She's National American Miss Mississippi Princess. She is 2018 National American and the 2018 America's Little Miss Mississippi Elite. She recently returned from the National American Miss National pageant in Anaheim, California, where she was crowned a national cover girl. And she wants to raise money for autism centers in honor of her brother, Noah.
I think that's the Perkins Little Treasure Learning Center, providing daycare for 38 children in the Starkville community, owned and operated by Jimmy and Vicki Perkins of Starkville and located on Martin Luther King Jr. Drive. And their float features the Queen, Miss Embry Carter, who's daughter of Tyson Carter and Washetta Bonner, as well as their King, Mr. Landon Foster, son of Dresha Black and Cedric Foster.
And there goes the 4-H Controllers 4-H Club. They recently won Lieutenant Governor's Award and Starkville Volunteer Group Award.
And someone, I don't know if he's in a hurry, just trying to get folks' attention or
I
what.
think he's just trying to get folks' attention. There goes one of those wonderful trolley buses.
Yes, in front of that was the West Main Community Association, and somewhere in that group is the
okay, somebody sped these people up.
I know.
We're going to have to do speed
There's
talking.
our eco car. That's right. The eco car is the collegiate engineering competition, which provides hands-on experience designing, building, and working on the next generation of mobility.
It has won multiple awards. And then we have the what do we have here?
That looks like
state.
Yeah, the alumni chapter.
Is that the alumni chapter? Okay.
It looked like I'm trying to find out what they were driving there. The newly crowned Miss Mississippi State University was Miss Hannah Oliver on that float.
Well, I don't know what they were driving, but it was a pretty cool little deal. We'll have to go back and take a look at it and see.
I think that there must be free hot chocolate down there.
There must be. Somebody is rolling. Well, wait a minute. We at least have to talk about Santa, because here comes Santa.
And they will slow down here because Santa knows that he gets to come and visit us. But the Starkville Rotary Club, which was founded in 1924 with only 18 charter members, now has 180 community leaders and more than 32,000 Rotary clubs there are in 200 countries. And every year they build this float that Santa Claus is able to ride on. And the emergency room, they wanted us to say, in the new Oktibbeha County Hospital was equipped through a $2,500 grant from the Rotary Club. So they're just doing great things for the community. And they also gave $1,500 for specialized eye equipment in the hospital.
I think Santa's stuck on the sleigh there.
For many years, Rotarians through this part of the South maintained a hospital for crippled adults in Memphis. They also participated in a kidney dialysis machine project. And you know, Santa's coming up on our set, so we're going to get to do a full interview with Santa. We're going to ask him some questions. And Mayor Spruill, you may not know this, but we get Santa Claus first in Starkville every year.
Somebody told me that.
Yeah, he rides on this parade, and then he comes up here under the bright lights of our set. He looks in the camera, and he tells the boys and girls how to be on the naughty or nice list. He gives them some definite instructions.
Well, I need some of those instructions.
Okay, so let's go. I think Alan's got Santa. Maybe he's escorting him up to the set. So, Alan, who's your man of the hour there?
Well, this is a guy who's been coming to my house since I was a little bitty guy. How are you, Santa?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Fine. Are you equipped to keep your feet warm in this kind of weather?
It feels just like home.
Well, thank you for coming. I think they're waiting for you up on the big stage.
Okay. Well, I always love coming to Starkville, and I want everyone to have a very Merry Christmas.
Thank you so much, Santa.
Ho, ho, ho.
Okay, well, while Santa makes his way up here, he will be telling us about the hottest new toys. He will be telling us about electronics versus traditional toys. But I just want to ask you, Mayor Spruill, Miss Grand Marshal, have you been on the naughty list or the nice list this
Depends on who you
year?
ask. I think I've been on the nice list, but others may disagree, and I won't ask them.
Well, this is true. This is true. That was kind of a loaded question for you. I forget who my guest is tonight, right? I'm so sorry. But it is kind of funny when you think back, you know, the theme, the best Christmas ever. I've had a lot of fun with it, and we've talked about that's such a broad topic that folks could do anything they wanted to with it. But I did ask Brother Jim while he was here, and it's appropriate for me to ask you while we're waiting for Santa Claus, what would you consider your best Christmas ever?
Oh, that's too long a story. My father swapped up our gifts between my mother and me one Christmas. She unwrapped a shotgun and I unwrapped some pearls. And I so didn't want those pearls. And she so didn't want that shotgun. But he thought that was hilarious. He laughed about that for years.
It was the best Christmas ever for him because he got a big laugh out of that,
but that's the one I remember.
That's right.
But I wanted that shotgun, so.
That's right. Well, Santa's coming on. We'll invite you to come on. While Santa's getting on the set, we're going to go to a break and thank our sponsors because it takes a lot of effort and a lot of folks to put together the Starkville Christmas Parade. So we'll be right back with Santa Claus on the set. And welcome back to the set of the Starkville Christmas Parade. It has been a wonderful parade, and we have the man of the hour here with us. Welcome, Santa Claus. Yeah, hang on, Santa, because we want everyone to hear what you said. Talk right into that mic.
It's marvelous to be in Starkville. I love Starkville's Christmas Parade. It's one of my favorites.
Did you see any boys and girls on the route?
Several hundred, it looked like.
Great.
Many of whom hollered wishes.
Oh, what were they saying? What were they wishing for this year?
The big toy this year is a surprise for Santa. It's hoverboards again.
Hoverboards again. They've got those issues worked out, right?
I hope they've got their problems worked out. Lots
elves,
of hoverboards, lots of baby dolls, a horse someone wanted.
Okay.
And several puppies, but nobody asked for a kitten.
Nobody asked for a kitten.
Aww.
Okay, well.
Oh, I know. I wondered about that.
And the electronics, I'm sure you had some folks wanting some new
Tons
electronics.
of electronics.
A lot of electronics.
Things that the elves know about that I have no idea what they are. And but a good, big bunch of kids all say they're trying to be really nice right before Christmas, and I remind them that's a great idea. Except maybe for that guy.
Uh-oh. No Christmas presents for that guy. Well, we were talking about the naughty list and the nice list. And, you know, every year we talk about that, Santa. Do you feel like that these days the kids are really understanding how to be on the nice list, to do what their parents are telling them? Because I know you always have a good message for them.
Certainly there are kids that understand how to be on the naughty list. I trust their kids that understand for sure how to be on the nice list.
Well, why don't you look in the camera right there and give them a message, give them some good advice.
Good advice? It's really hard as school's getting out to be nice to your brothers and sisters, and particularly be nice to your younger brothers and sisters, because they're going to learn from you. Be nice to your parents, because believe it or not, this is a hard time for mommies and daddies too. And just think about good things and let good things flow through you.
Oh, that's a great message, Santa Claus. See, that's why we have to get this man from the North Pole first, because he always has such a good, powerful message for our boys and girls. We appreciate it, Santa. We know you've got a lot of work to do between now and December 25th. So we just...
Well, actually, 24th.
The 24th, that's right. That's your big night.
That's my big night.
That's right.
And I'd like to congratulate Starkville on feeling a lot like the North Pole tonight.
I felt right at home.
Very comfortable. That's right, Lynn.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to wrap it up here on the set because the judges have made their decisions on who are our winners this year. But let us say Merry Christmas to you. God bless you. We thank you. And we will see you first again here next year, okay?
Absolutely. I'll look forward to being back in Starkville.
Take us down to the judges' table with a big ho, ho, ho.
Ho, ho, ho.
Merry Christmas. Alan, I see you're with our judges. What did you find out?
I am, and Miss Carolyn Oswald says that they have been busy tallying numbers and they have come up with some decisions. Miss Carolyn, tell us about it.
Okay. We wanted everybody to win, but of course that couldn't happen. So tonight we had best use of lights with Starkville Utilities.
That seems sort of appropriate, doesn't it?
It does. That you're right. Best use of theme was parish towing, and that was with a Grinch. That was like the most creative, you know.
Sure.
Okay, and the best overall was Renaissance Bank.
That was all the balloons, wasn't it?
Right. Well, I don't think so.
What was Renaissance?
No, don't ask me.
We'll edit that out. So best overall was Renaissance Bank.
Right.
Miss Carolyn, thank you, and thank all of our judges who worked so hard. We thank you so much. Back to you, Mel.
Well, thank you very much. I actually think that was the one where you said they have a beautiful courtyard, and I called it.
Yes,
I
and
said,
they were the balloons.
I said they had a beautiful float,
did,
and they were.
You know your floats.
That's right. That's
You've
right.
been doing this long
well,
enough.
I
What is it,
have.
26 years?
Yeah,
I believe you
that's
said?
exactly
Okay,
right.
Well, you ought to have it by now.
47th annual parade, Lynn. It's the 41st broadcast by the Starkville United Methodist Church,
Really?
Channel
Okay.
5, since we've been in existence since 1976. And you know, you don't put on a broadcast like this without a lot of help.
Oh,
And
yes,
I'm
I can
talking the
tell.
volunteers. It's the volunteers through the Greater Starkville Development Partnership. They work really hard down there. And then we have our volunteer crew up here. And I have to take a few minutes to go ahead as I kind of wrap up the parade broadcast to do some thank yous. But then after that, we've got just a few minutes that I just wanted to talk with you for a minute just to say thanks and visit, and then also to talk about the upgrades that we've undergone here at Starkville First United Methodist Church's television ministry.
Sure.
But let me run through some thank yous, because here's the thing, y'all. We can't do this without everybody helping out. And so our crew, of course, we need to thank Bill Green for putting things together for us here, as he always does. I'll just run down them real quick. Skipjack and Tommy Ward were our traffic controllers, along with Shanna Walker. And if you're watching this parade broadcast this year, I encourage you next year to watch the traffic controllers so that the tempo of the parade can be just perfect, and we can make sure we say all the nice things that you've written on your card that you want us to say about you.
Without
speed reading. That's exactly right. So thanks to traffic control. My dear friend, I call him the boss, Ralph Oliveri, our executive director, who has been on the crew here longer than myself, and our chief engineer, Olin Booth. Just a veteran that put so much into it. Our executive director, Ross Swanner, also, and Chris White, two more folks from IBS Hawk SCADA that are here as sound engineers, and Daniel Ward. Will Green, couldn't have done it without them. Technical directors 1 and 2. I mentioned Olin Booth, our chief engineer. Preston Booth as an engineer's assistant and running around here. Donna Kelly usually helps, and Linda Jack tonight did our dinner for us. Melanie Green's on camera 1. I've already thanked you guys. Dennis Jones is on camera 2, and John Tomlinson. And you know, those guys get so very cold out there. So extra thanks to them. And Alan McBroom, our man on the street. Our friends at the partnership, Paige Watson and Jake Goodwin, and of course, Jennifer Prather. And let me thank our sponsors, Phillips Financial, Rick Sherman's Exterior, and Hawk SCADA as well. And again, we just couldn't do it without these folks. Lynn, I don't know if you're aware or not, but I want to make you aware, and I want to make the community aware, that we have undergone some upgrades this year to the television ministry. And I wrote this out because I don't want to get off track. I want to make sure that I appropriately say the thank yous that I'd like to say. But there are many donors that I'd like to thank, many donors to the television and media ministry of the First United Methodist Church and WOBV that made our recent upgrade possible from standard definition to high definition. Now, you're seeing a picture there on your screen of Miss Leota Cardwell, and we especially thank her. But let me tell you about some of the things that are going on. It was not just Miss Leota that made the contributions. There were so many other folks as well, just so many significant ones. But let me just go ahead through this and say we recently went from standard definition to a high definition broadcast, and that helped keep our station in compliance with our current FCC regulations, and it also established this foundation from which we can grow our capabilities. And our broadcast signal, Lynn, went from 40 watts to 1,000 watts. And that means our coverage area went from downtown Starkville to now into parts of Lowndes County and even into parts of Clay County. And what we do here with our community broadcasting and our church-oriented broadcasting is really significant. So to be able to reach these more homes like this is a big deal. We expanded our broadcast not only from our long-standing relationship with Max South, but also to C Spire. And on C Spire, we're on channel 6-1. And the upgrade included high-definition cameras. It included renovations to our studio, and it also included a new digital high-definition transmitter. So tonight's broadcast was our first broadcast in high def and in stereo. So that is really cool. So where I'm going back to saying thank you is that we thank all our donors at all levels, but especially we thank Miss Leota Cardwell from her love of the TV ministry and in memory of her husband, Dr. Joe, our longtime supporter and patriarch. She, with the support of her family, made a major contribution to enable these upgrades. And again, we thank everyone for their contributions. We thank our viewers. We thank you. We thank the staff and administration here at First United Methodist Church. We thank our engineering team at Hawksgata. And we thank all our supporters at every level, because this is not just a blessing for us. It's a blessing for this church. It's a blessing for this community. And I encourage you that are listening to this now to use this local community TV station to help us be a better community. So I know that was long, and I apologize, but we haven't had an official way to go. Way to go, guys, and thank you very much.
Well,
and so that's what we've done.
And let me also say, y'all have broadcast the Board of Aldermen meetings for years.
Thank you,
and
Mayor.
that's really been a very large boon to the community. It was before Facebook, before the things that we're doing now. Y'all were helping us provide that information out to the community. So we appreciate it.
And thank you for acknowledging that, because we have worked hard on that.
Absolutely.
But we needed the cooperation from the city. And speaking of that, we're going to need to wrap it up here soon. But I thank you for zipping up here and joining us and for being a part of this. Is there anything that you would like to say, or is there a message that you have either as Grand Marshal or as Mayor or as just my buddy Lynn? Is there anything?
Well, you know, one of the most wonderful things about being mayor is the opportunity to watch Starkville come together for various and sundry events. This was one of them, certainly one of the finest ones. But I have seen over the last year plus just so many people be very involved and engaged in the community. Starkville is just a great place. And I can't imagine a better place to be. And I cannot imagine that any of our community would not come together for any number of events, but just to be helpful. And this is the time of year when you really are proud to be part of your community.
You know, that is so true. And that leads me into a special thank you. You know, we have Santa Claus up here, and we talk a lot about the Grinch, and we talk about different things. But, you know, we are celebrating the season, and we encourage people to come together to worship in your way and to be thankful and just to be grateful and to celebrate the season and to remember the birth of our Lord and Savior, and to just be a part of the good parts of Christmas.
Absolutely, absolutely. From volunteering to ring the kettle bell for the Salvation Army to participating in the Christmas parade.
That's exactly right. And I will put in the final plug here before they tell me to wrap up. Be a part of the Christmas parade next year, please. Go ahead and plan for it now, and let's just make next year's parade one of the best as well.
Yeah, we'll get some horses out next year.
I think that's, and some antique cars and some goats, or, you know, whatever. Just be a part of it. Again, I want to wrap this up by saying thank you. It's been a blessing. It's been a pleasure, personally, and from all of us here at Channel 5. We want you to have a blessed and happy holiday season, and be careful, and just celebrate the goodness, celebrate the good things, and have the best Christmas ever.
Oh, what a nice way to wrap that up.
Yeah. Good night, folks. Merry Christmas.